Hello, everyone. Pastor Dave here with our midweek message. Now, I'm sure we've all had this happen. Let's say you're looking at buying a car and you have your eye on a certain model or a certain color. Then you start seeing that car everywhere when you really hadn't noticed it previously. Or you hear or read a new word that you find interesting, then it begins to feel like the whole world is using that word. Well, this feeling of discovering something everywhere is known as the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. The psychological name for this is frequency illusion. So what causes this? A combination of selective attention and confirmation bias. We remember what we prime our mind to flag as important. We subconsciously scan the world for matches. We program our mind to focus on something, and then we confirm more sightings of it. Well, if we can program our minds to see red cars everywhere, how about programming our minds to see Jesus everywhere? How would that change us? How would it change how we interact with others? 1 Chronicles 16:11 says, "Look to the Lord and his strength, seek his face always." Psalm 139 says, "Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me, your right hand will hold me fast." John 10 says, "My sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me. I give them eternal life and they shall never perish. No one will snatch them out of my hand." Yes, friends, Jesus is everywhere and in all things. But how often do we notice him? Are we consumed with our social media or what we see on the evening news? It should be easy to see his fingerprints in the world with the beauty of the plants and animals around us, all of creation. Now, it's much easier to see him in the tiny fawns that are just coming out of cover with their mothers or in the hummingbirds at your feeder than it is to see him in the raccoon that is ravaging your garden. But his presence is no less evident. We've just programmed our minds to see him in certain circumstances. We see him in Monday morning services, but do we see him Monday morning driving to work? He's there, but we've not trained our minds to see him there. It's easy to see Jesus in his smiling 4-month-old baby. Not so much with that guy at work that always seems to annoy you, or that person who just can't seem to figure out how a roundabout works. We can train our minds to see Jesus in nature and in those people around us. Would that change our lives? You bet it would. The world would look different to us and we would look different to the world. And isn't that kind of the goal? So I would suggest we put down the phone, turn off the talking heads on TV, pick up our Bibles and read about Jesus. Program our brains to flag him as important, and guess what? We will begin to see him everywhere. Yes, even in that guy at work. Friends, hope you all can join us for Sunday morning services. We'll save a seat for everybody. Please have a great rest of your week, and we will see you all on Sunday.